let's demonstrate the capabilities of the DCF Calculator app for iPhone, iPod Touch, and iPad. So here we have the home view of DCF Calculator. This is a calculator that allows us to estimate the value of any asset. And we do that using the discounted cash flow method. Discounted cash flow calculator makes it very easy for us to do this. We basically just have 4 inputs representing the 4 inputs to the discounted cash flow equation. So here, for example, I can enter in $10,000. Oops, let's try that again. $10,000 as the free cash flow in the first year. And in the second section here, I actually apply growth rates to that value to project the growth in free cash flow that my asset's going to produce in the future. So I'm going to say here in my first stage, which is the first 10 years, I'll project my free cash flow to grow at about an 8% compound annual growth rate. And in the second stage, which represents all the years after that, it's going to grow at 3%. And I'm going to leave it here to be discounted at about 5%. So I get an immediate answer, which is $740,000. So the intrinsic value of my asset is $740,000. And just like that, that's how quick and easy it is to get an estimate of the value. Now if I rotate the device on its side, DCF Calculator produces a nice little table that gives me a little bit more information about my projected cash flows. So it shows me the inputs that I used, and then it shows me a nice table that has free cash flow, and this we started at $10,000 and we project out every year, and it shows me stage 1 as well as stage 2 of my projections. So there's essentially 2 projections that we have, and it shows I see the projected values there. In the second row, I get the discounted cash flow when I discount at 5%. Okay, and then in the third row, it shows me I get the accumulated discounted cash flow that sums up to about $108,000 in our example. And so I get another nice table down here that breaks apart the first stage contribution to value and the second stage contribution to value for the total of a $740,000 estimate of the value of my asset. Okay. So that's the table that we get with a little more information. Going back to our home screen, the calculator also has a per share mode. So if I turn that on, I get another little table here, or another little field I can enter in the number of shares. And so let's say that there's 10,000 outstanding shares in this, let's say it's a company, then I get a value of $74 per share. Okay, so that's the fractional part value of the company in terms of a per share value. So nice little feature. Now let's take a look, a little bit of background here. What did we just do? Right? What we just did was we projected here we have a graph that demonstrates what we just accomplished with DCF Calculator. On the x-axis we have years that we project out to year 2041. This represents a 30-year time window. On the y-axis we have dollars. So if you recall, we started with $10,000, and the blue bars show the projection that we made from our 2 stages. In stage 1 we applied an 8% CAGR. In stage 2 we put in a 3% CAGR. And so the blue bars show how free cash flow grows over time using that projection. At the same time, the white bars show how that cash flow discounts when we apply the 5% discount rate. And so DCF Calculator automatically did that for us behind the scenes, sums up all these bars, and gives us a total value of $740,000 as the intrinsic value calculated by performing the discounted cash flow method. Okay, fairly simple, nice pictorial view of what we just accomplished. The last thing we'll mention is where you can learn a little bit more. So what you can do is visit www.dcfmethod.com, and there's some nice tutorials up there, a few helpful primers. They give you a little bit more information about how you choose a discount rate, some practical examples of estimating the value of a company using the discounted cash flow method. And also, when you go up on the site, click on the Available on the App Store icon to take you directly to the App Store where you can download the free DCF Calculator app. Have fun calculating.